Hello everyone, welcome to a new Flarum live stream. Yeah, I need to center myself in frame. Yeah. Let's see, do we have anyone watching live? No, we don't. Okay, so I will just go ahead. So we will continue where we left last time. Maybe I will just put the volume a bit lower. Yeah, might be better. Yep, like this. Okay. So we will continue where we left off last time. I didn't get a chance to touch the extension at all during this week, so it's exactly like it was at the end of last video. So let's just recap what was done last time. So we had created this new extension called Mass Actions, and we only got to work on let's just refresh this on the UI here to select discussions. So basically we had the ability to check a checkbox for each discussion, and we had the global control here where you could select all, nothing, or if you have a single thing it will show a different icon, and here we had a button to manually choose one or the other. And I think that was everything we managed to do last time. So, yeah. Now, I think we directly try to make some actions work, and then if we have time, we will try to check how this UI works, like on things like, oh no, I'm not on the correct window, just like things like mobile, like how does it work on mobile? And apparently it doesn't work at all. So yeah, there might be some things to check on mobile. But yeah, so let's try to make the actions work. Is there something to check in the code? One thing I was not sure. No, I don't think I have a Git repository, so maybe we will just create a commit for what we did last time. Yeah, let me just find the folder. Okay, so here's the folder. Yeah, we don't have Git, so what we can do is just do a git init. Now let's just check if there is a file we need to update. Yes, readme is still from the old extension. The license we can put 2022. Mass actions. Oh yeah, there was something with permissions. Yeah, let's just leave it like this for now. Yeah, I just want to update the readme before the first commit. So let's just rename this to mass actions. Everything else will be updated later, and then I can just rename this to Flarum ext mass actions. Oh, now we have a like, but we still have no one watching live. Okay, makes sense. Great, YouTube. Okay, so just replace this, and for now I will remove this link because it's from the other one. And also, yeah, we don't have any sponsor for this extension. So, yeah, let's just keep it like this for now. Yep, and translations. Oh, we have not used any translation yet? Maybe I will just keep it like this for now. Yeah, I think that will be fine. So git add everything, input status. Okay, and then we'll just create a first commit. And I will just not include the dist file. It's just to have a copy of what we did last time on the JavaScript side mostly. Yeah, let's just create a commit with this. So let's just call this one first commit. Okay, and now we are good to continue working on the extension. Perfect. So what we did last time with the code. So we introduced a class which was select state. This class is responsible for knowing which models are selected. It can be discussions, but it can be something else as well. So yeah, this class is available through the page state system of Flarum. So where was it? So whenever we open the index page, we initialize a select state on the page state through a variable named massSelect. And then everywhere in the app, we can do app.current.get massSelect to get this select state. And then we had a bit of logic. So this function was specifically to find all the discussions that are currently visible. Next, we had this changes the view item. So this part here was to add the checkbox at the top. Then this bit here with the discussion list item was to add the checkbox on each discussion. And then we had a bit more logic. This one was to make sure everything was redrawing when necessary, because when you check or uncheck a discussion, you need to trigger a redraw. And then this was to add the class name that adds the selected style. Okay, so that was everything we had last time. Now, so last time we discussed we want to try to keep Flarum's like context or UI. So basically on the left here we are supposed to find ways to filter and to change the view of the discussion. So we have the sort, and that's where we added the checkbox. Mostly because we wanted it at the top here, but also because yeah, it's kind of an action on the way the list is handled or displayed. But then actions that do changes to the discussions, they are meant to go to the right. So what we want to do, oh, and I forgot, oh yeah, I forgot to do that. So let me just go back to Gmail, which was our example. If I manage to go back there, let me just find. So yeah, last time I used Gmail as the example. Let's just see. Okay, let me just. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So this was the example that I used. So yeah, we had the checkbox here. Google is a bit different because they don't have two different areas, but they also have an update, a refresh button. But what they do is when you select discussions, the refresh goes away, and instead you get the actions that you can do on one or multiple discussions. So we will do the same. We will hide those actions and we will replace them with other actions. So yeah, let's do that now. So we can use this code, put it here. Now we don't want to extend view items this time, we want to extend action. Is it action singular? I think it might be like this. And then we have access to items. So here we can check how many items are selected. So if nothing is selected, we will just return and change nothing. But then otherwise we will start to do some things. So we can do items dot remove, and we will start by removing the two default items. So let's just go and find this in the source code. So index page, action items, and here we have refresh and mark all as red. So let's just remove those two elements from the list. So remove global actions. Okay, so we also need to recompile everything. So let's go to the GS folder and run yarn dev. All right, now we should be good to go and test this. So let's see if we select anything, the controls go away, and if we unselect, they come back. Perfect. Now let's add some other controls. So the first one we can do is add another checkbox, except it's not mark all as red, it's mark what is selected as red. So we can do items dot add mark as red. And next we can also do some copy pasting maybe. Let's just copy the button here. We will need another translation. Oh yeah, translations. We can maybe start doing some actual translations. I said there was something else we need to translate. Yes, here select all. So let's just translate this. So app.translator.trans, and then we will have my extension prefix, then forum.select. So it was how can we call this one? How can I call it? Because this one is easy to name, but how do I call this one? None? Let's just call it none. Okay, and then we can put this in the translations. So select all, none, and select all. Okay, let's do it like this. By the way, we will add some additional options here because yeah, we will do that later. Yeah, I will show you later. And then we can add some other things here. We will have all the actions. So mark, so how was it named in Flarum? Mark all as red tooltip. Oh yeah, and here we have that. Yeah, so yeah, there is some sort of problem here with Flarum. Because you can see this is meant to be the tooltip. This text is supposed to be the tooltip, but in practice, it never shows up. Last time we noticed that the text is here, but it's just as the ARIA label. It's not available as a regular tooltip. So I'm really not sure what is going on with that ID. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really like to use underscores, so I will just use uppercase. So mark as red. Let's do it like this. And then we can also use translations for my button. Where is it? Here, okay. forum.actions.mark as read. All right. Except now we need to do something else when we click. So where was this going? Yeah, we need to go back to the implementation. Mark all as read. Okay, so there was a confirmation pop-up, so we don't need that. Now what we will do is not the same as mark all as read. Now what we will do is the same as mark as read. So to find how it works, we can go to discussion controls. And here we should have the mark as read function. So at least I think so. No, is this not a feature? Where is it? Oh, it's not a feature here. Interesting. Oh, so users cannot do it? Because they can do it. I know they can do it, but another way. So I was sure that we had mark as read in the list here, but actually it's somewhere else because it's here. If you do, it's not working on desktop. I will not be able to demonstrate. You have a mobile gesture. If you slide down the discussion to the left or to the right, you can actually mark the discussion as read. So let's try to find the code for that. Discussion list item. And here we have some code. So let's see where it is. So here we have slidable, and when it's activated, it calls mark as read, and here we can see it does if discussion is unread, discussion.save this. So basically we can copy this and put it in the onClick. So here we will have like this. Something else we can do here is this const select equals this, and then if there is no select or if the select count is 0, we return, and then we can have access to this. So we can do here select dot, and now that's the thing, we need another function here. How can we loop through the models? So I think let's just add a method called forEach, because I think it will be the most useful. So let's just do something like this. Then we will do this dot IDs dot for each ID, and then we will call the callback. So we need a callback, and the callback will be called with do we have access to store here? Oh, we need to, so app. Okay, so I need to import app. Import app from Flarum forum app. So then we can do app.store.get by ID. Oh, and we actually have an issue here. We don't actually know the ID. We know the IDs, but we don't know the type, because I dropped that ID last time. How can we do it? Or maybe we can just get the IDs and let the front end take care of that. Yeah, maybe let's just... I'm just not sure. Should I just use this or should I add an accessor function? Let's do it without an accessor function for now. So let's just do select.for IDs, then we can do loop, then we can do it here. So const discussion equals app.store.get by ID discussions and ID. And then we can have this code, which was copied from same code as in discussion list item. Save this. Why is PHP Storm not happy? Possibly undefined. No, we know it will not be undefined. But then, yeah, not everything is type hinted correctly, but that's not a problem. Okay, let's try this. Now, except we need some new posts. So let's just go private navigation, connect with a second account. If I get it right, perfect. Okay, so now let's just reply again and see what happens. So now there is an unread discussion. Or maybe we can try it with a discussion that is actually already read. So we can see the button. Unfortunately, we don't see the tooltip. That's really annoying. This is a bug in Flarum. Okay, let's try to mark as read. Okay, but nothing seems to be happening. But this might be normal because we don't make an API request unless necessary. So now let's try here. Okay, so here there was a request and we see the read state has changed. So it seems to work. Something else we could do is unselect everything. But actually we checked that in Gmail last time. In Gmail, when you mark as read, it stays selected because you might want to mark as unread. So in Flarum, you cannot mark as unread natively, but yeah, so let's just keep it selected. It's just when we delete that we actually want to remove those that were deleted. Okay, let's add another action. So let's add delete. Let's add this one. So something else we can do here is add a prefix. So mass mark as read. Let's add another one. So mass delete. Call this one delete. Then the icon will be the same as delete. So let's just find the code for delete. This one must be in here. So it's actually called hide. So we will use the same names. So let's call it mass hide. The translation will be called hide. And then we can use the same icon. So it's trash alt. And then there is actually a function, this.hide action. So let's see what is in that function. So here we have some code in Flarum, and it might actually be a good idea to call this code. So let's call that code because some extensions might actually extend this and do some other stuff as well. So here what we can do is, again, select IDs for each, but then here we just call discussion controls. Yeah, imports don't work again, so just discussion controls dot hide action, and here we need to call it with this being the discussion, so we can do call Let's just import this to make it work. So from common utils discussion controls, maybe it's on forum. Not like this, like this. Yep, okay, and then call, and when we call, use call. I think it's like this, and then we can pass discussion as a parameter here. Now let's see if it works. So what did I do? Oh, I'm on user side. So let's just go back here. So select this, click delete. Okay, so we see the delete icon has appeared. Okay, that sounds great. Then now there is a thing like you can call it as many times as you want. That's a bit strange. Yeah, because Flarum still makes a request every time. So it might make sense to not do the request every time in case you have selected a large number of discussions. We can save up on some requests if we do some additional checks. Okay, so that seems good. Let's just try to do 2 at once. So let's just restore this one. Just restore those 2. Now let's try to delete 2 at the same time. Okay, and we can see there were 2 requests. Perfect. Yeah. So that seems to work. Yep. Now, permissions. Because let's see what happens. So you can see my regular user is not allowed to delete stuff, but they still have access to the controls. So what happens when they click delete? It tries to make the API request, but you can see the access is denied at the API level. But basically, since a user is not allowed to delete any discussion, it makes no sense to show the button. But we still want to show the controls because the user can still use the mark as read control. This one they can use. So we need access control for each of the buttons. So what we can do here is we want to check, can the user delete any of the selected discussions? So just to do it, so let's go back to discussion controls and see how it works here. So when we add this, so you can see this button only appears if the discussion is hidden, and it only appears if the user, if the permission can hide is true. So yeah, what we are going to do here, actually there is something I don't know how to handle, that I don't want to remove the buttons, like how can I say this? So basically, let's maybe just first do the is hidden. So just if I go back here, so what I want to do is disable that button if it does nothing. So I can do this like this. So I can do disabled, and it will be disabled if yeah, I think we need a function for this because it will be annoying to get the discussions each time. Because basically I just want to check, so is there any discussion in here that is not hidden? So if any discussion is not hidden, I mean, it's the opposite, so it's like it will be disabled if every discussion is not hidden. I can do the opposite like this. So, but it's a bit annoying here because I need to do this code every single time. So let's just do type string let's just do it like this. So let's have the type, so then we can have our for each function, and the for each function will do the same that we did here. So let's just copy this. For each void callback. We can do callback discussion like this. Perfect. So now we need to add some typings. So let's just check what the callback here is. So yep, so can do callback, and type of callback will be it would just be value, so it would be just like this. Okay, and then I can just do this. Perfect. Okay, so now I have my for each helper, so it will make the code. Oh no, because I need my sum and how can I do this one? Let's just do maybe private retrieve model. Maybe I can do something like this, and here it's this dot type. Let's. I'm just doing a bit of refactoring. Because I want to have a few array methods, so let's put this logic like this. So let's take an ID, let's return the model like this. So now here I can just do this dot retrieve model. No, I need more code. So let's do something like this. We can return a function which will take can I do it like this? So here we take a function. We take this function basically as a parameter callback, and we'll return a function that takes an ID and return nothing. Then can do it like this, except it's not working. I need to do bind maybe. Oh no, because I need to call it. I need to call it now. So call it with callback, and it will return a new callback function. Okay, so so this is just a helper function. So now I can do the same, and I can do the sum function. And it will just be like this. And now I can use those functions from my code. So I can do a bit of replacement. So now, where was it? So here we had select. So we can just do now for each discussion like this. And here we can do the same. Select for each discussion this. And now, so disabled, we will do this select.sum discussion is hidden. And why is it not happy? Oh, because I didn't define the return type. So it will be Boolean, and I can return this. All right. And something else I could do is have the ability to type hint the actual model, but I'll see. It might not help a lot right now, because like I want to type hint is hidden, but problem is even if I type hint this as discussion, I'm not sure that this will work. So for now, let's just ignore the typing errors. So this new code now is supposed to disable. So if I didn't select anything that was actually deleted, it should not offer. Oh wait, is it not done correctly? So we disable the delete button if none are hidden, but that's not the correct way to do it. We want the opposite. So maybe let's just add the restore button already, because that logic is for restore. So yeah, let's just put restore. And restore has its own function called restore. Okay, and now it's the opposite. So if any are not hidden, okay, is it like this? It's always a bit confusing because the logic is to disable the button. So let's just see. So now, if I select, oh, what happened now? Did I break my? What happened? Cannot find module. Oh, I need to import app. Oh, do I need to import it here? Oh, okay. Okay. It was PHP Storm that decided to put a wrong import. Okay, let's just refresh this. Okay, so now, no, both of them are disabled, so that's not going to work. Okay, let's check this code again. So So we want to disable the hide button if none. How? Now, if any discussion is not hidden, we want to show things. So I think it's correct. Discussion is hidden. So select restore. So restore, we only want to restore if any is hidden. So we want to disable if there are none that are hidden. So that looks good. I don't know why it's not working. Let's just add some logs just to see what happens. Okay, great, it's undefined. Why is it undefined? So yeah, so there is a single discussion selected, so obviously it's this one. Let's see, so is deleted, can delete. Okay, so is deleted is just not there. How does that work? Let's go to the discussion serializer. Okay, so is hidden is only added if the discussion is hidden. Okay, so it's normal to be undefined. So let's just check now if I select. I go back to my code like this. Refresh. Now if I select this one, okay, here it's true. Okay. Oh, I'm probably missing a return statement somewhere. So let's just go back. Probably need a return here. Yeah, because the callback can actually return stuff. Let's just have can I do it like this? T and now what I can do is say that here I want a callback that returns a boolean. Can I do it like this? I think that will work. So now I should even get an error if I don't do this. Okay, so now I can double check that I need to do a return here. Okay, now it might do something. So if I select this one, okay, so this one I can delete, but I cannot restore. This one I cannot delete. Yeah, I might have confused, but yeah, now it's the other. But if I select two of them, now the two options are available because one will only act on one of the discussions and the other will only act on the other discussion. So, yep. So that works. Great. Yeah. Now there is another thing. So this was just to make the UI not too confusing. We still have the permission thing. So now we only want to allow oh yeah, all of this was because I was saying there is a question of how to do the UI. So one of my ideas was we can loop through the discussions, and we can check on each discussion if the user has permission can hide. And then we show the controls only if the user can actually hide any of the discussions that are in the list. But there is one confusing aspect with that, is what if the user can hide discussion, but just none of those that are selected? Because then the button will appear when you select more discussions. And that will be confusing UI if the buttons move while you select stuff. Because like in Gmail, if I go back to Gmail here, you can see all the buttons are always here, including, yeah, most don't make, I mean, those, they will always be here because obviously the discussions, they go away when you select them. So, but like the non-read, the read or unread button, actually it changes icon, but this button here is always there. Maybe I should also, because this one actually acts like a double action as well, huh? Yeah, it might not be the best example, but like, I don't want to add more links or more buttons when you select more discussions. I want all the buttons to be visible from the start, just disabled. But then that's a problem, because how do I know if the user is allowed to delete other discussions that they have not selected yet? Or even possibly discussions that are not currently visible in the list? Because, for example, you might have done a search and all the results are in a tag where you are not allowed to edit or delete stuff. So, yeah, so we cannot just check the permission, but at the same time, we don't want the regular user, here my user, I don't want this user to see the button because they cannot delete anything. So we need some new flags. I think we need some new flags to do this. We need to know if the user will be allowed to delete something sometime. And there is no global attribute to know that, because Flarum by default only adds the permission here. But what I want to do is just check, can the user hide anything still, just to disable the button. So let's go back. I'm always going to the wrong windows. Okay, so now we will disable if, oh, it's kind of the opposite selection. So the condition inside is whether we can do something. So we can delete if something is not hidden and the permission can hide exists or is true. So can put that on both sides. So now what will happen is that nothing should change for my admin user. So here they have one button, here they have the other, here they have both. Now with my regular user, they still see the button, but both will be grayed out all the time. But still, we want to hide them completely in case this is a regular user like this one. But that's like, how do we do that? Well, we need to know, instead of knowing if the user can delete a specific discussion, we need to know if the user can delete discussions in general, just maybe not those that are visible. And for that, we will need to go to the permissions, and we need to check the permission, so it's somewhere here. It's delete posts. So we need to know, does the user have that permission? But except Where is... Oh, tags is disabled, so let's just enable tags back. So, problem is this. You might have permission you might have the permission in a sub tag. I'm never sure what really happens like this, but I think this is possible. So you might have the permission in a sub tag. So we need to know if you have that permission globally or in a tag. And then we show the button. So yeah, like how do we do that? I don't think there is a helper function that will help us do it. What we can do is, so first let's just go and add the code that will be used for this. So we can do new extend serializer forum serializer attributes, or maybe I can use attribute here. So can edit or can hide discussions sometime, and that's the function we need. So can hide discussions for some time, and what will this value be? It will be serializer get actor, and here we need to use has permission, and then what is the internal name of that permission? So let's go to the permission grid. Let's just go to hide. Let's see, so discussion.hide. So we can check, does the user have that permission? Okay, but that's just for the global. Next, we need tags. So that's kind of the question. How do we know if the user has a permission in any tag? So for that, we will go to the source code of tags. Let's just have a look here. I think there is a function. There might be something to check if you have a permission in one of the tags. Build permission. Yeah, scope where has permission. And so has global permission. Then is admin. So how does it work again? I think there is some sort of, there is a stuff with a prefix. So tag. Yeah, we just need this code actually. We don't need this stuff. So filter. How does that work again? We check if it starts with tag, then we check if it contains the name of the permission. Oh yeah, okay. Yep. So we can do it a lot simpler. So except where will I put this code? Because there will be some duplicated code. Maybe I can just make a function. Maybe. So is this public? Okay, it is public. So function has global or scoped permission, then we will take the user and we will take the name of a permission. Then we'll check this. So if maybe I should name this actor, make more sense. So if actor has permission, return true. Like this. But then we need to do this madness here. So we need to do, or we can do a for each. So for each actor get permissions as permission, except now we have conflict. So let's do it like this. And then if we will put this code, if this return true, return false. Then we can add a comment here. So the comment will be same logic as tag scope where has permission, and then we can check. So if yep, and basically we don't need the other stuff because the other stuff was to extract the ID. We don't care which tag ID you actually can edit in. If you can just edit in any tag, that's good. And then here what I can do is use the function. So has global or scoped permission. And permission is discussion.hide. All good. Yep. And another benefit of copying the code, you see in the end it's almost a single line. Another benefit is that it will work whether the tags extension is enabled or not. Maybe we can add a comment for that as well. So it doesn't re-implementing the logic means we don't need to check whether tags is enabled, and loading order doesn't matter. Maybe let's formulate this differently. So benefits of re-implementing no need to check tags is enabled, plus loading order doesn't matter. So yeah, since the permission from tags is stored as a normal permission just with a special name, it means there is no database from tags or nothing special. So we can just do like, we can ignore, oh, there is just one possible problem. Yeah, but we will just forget about it. We will put a comment. It's, since we don't check that tags is enabled, if you configured permission in tags and then you disable tags, this will still be read. So that's kind of a downside. So while scopes existed, those will still be read. Yeah, yeah, let's just leave this as a comment. I think that's good enough. So now, can we check this as well? So let's go back to index, and then we can just wrap all of this in app.forum.attribute, can hide discussions sometime, and basically we just don't put the buttons if you don't have that permission. So let's see, regular user, still sees the buttons. Or is it because because I did it like this. So if I put just, so regular user, okay, doesn't see the permission. If I give the permission globally, no, they still don't see it because it, no. So it is supposed to show up now because everyone can do it. So something's not going right. So here I'm supposed to show it as well, but it's not working. So is there a gate that impacts this in tags? So SRC access global policy. No, it should be good. You can hide discussion sometimes. So if the actor has permission, just return true immediately. So that's what is supposed to happen. So right now the user has permission delete post globally, but not on tag general. So let's just add a new discussion without any tag. Okay, so that works, yes. Now let's see, am I able to delete that? No. Oh, but that's because of another bug in Flarum, I think. Now if I have another primary tag, let's see. Let's just have that. Now let's give let's just refresh this, put the second primary tag, refresh. Can I delete this now? No, still cannot delete it. Why not? It's still a bit confusing with the Flarum permissions. Yeah, I'm not sure how it works now. Why is this not working? Because if I delete this, can I delete? Can I now access the feature? No, I still cannot. I still cannot delete anything. What is going on? Oh, maybe I need another permission first. Oh, it's post. Never mind. So I was not working on the correct permission. So it's delete discussions. Okay, so now if I give delete discussion globally, oh no, I wanted primary. General. Okay, let's try this again. So now what did I do? Now the user cannot see the discussions? What? What did I break? Okay, so now the user is allowed to delete this. Okay, so at least that works. Do they see the button here as well, even if it is like this? Okay, so it seems to work. I'm just always confused by the tags system of Flarum. Because why cannot the user see the general discussions anymore? Okay, now what? What was going on? Okay, maybe there was a cache issue. Okay, so here the user basically allowed to delete and restore anything in general, but not in secondary. But you can see we will still enable the buttons just because otherwise it's confusing because the button would appear when you select a discussion somewhere where you have that power. So yeah, that's good enough, I think. Yep, let's, no, where is the time? Okay, we have done 1 hour. Let's add some more actions. So now, what else did I want to add? So I wanted to do something with tags, and I wanted to do something with author change. So, or what else was useful? If we go back to Gmail just to compare, because Gmail of course has delete, restore. For now I'm not going to put the permanent delete because it has some dangerous implications. So for now I have just the soft delete. What else did we have here? So we have of course mark as read and mark as unread. Oh, we have lock and rename. Those are the other ones. So yeah, maybe let's put lock. Or maybe it will be an opportunity to make the buttons work more like Gmail, because like the lock, I cannot lock. Maybe the lock. No, or maybe here. Oh, I was not. Okay, here I can lock. So and maybe also the follow and unfollow. Not sure. But at least the lock. Let's put the lock. So yeah, lock is the same thing. So lock, unlock. Oh, it's confusing because it's the same icon. Ooh, how am I going to do this? But yeah, just like in Gmail, so you can see when you, here you have the mark as read button. So when you use that feature, it just toggles. But if you select one that is read and one that is unread, first it will mark both as read, then both back at unread. So I think we want to implement something like this for the lock button. So let's try to add the lock button. So go back to here. Let's add. So now we need just the same thing. We need something with the lock. So let's just add a can lock. can lock discussions sometimes. And now I can copy paste this. So let's just do it like this. So can lock discussion sometimes. This will be the lock permission. Next, we will add a button here, which will be mass lock, fa lock. So now here, let's try to do it the proper way. So const. So let's do any. Check whether any is locked. So any locked will be select. So is there any discussion here that is currently locked? So I can do it like this. Except it might be better to do it like this because there is another problem here. What if the lock extension is not enabled? It's a nightmare to work with stuff like this because we will need a way to know if the lock extension is enabled. At least by doing it like this, it will not break if the lock extension is not enabled because the attribute function always exists. So we'll check if any is locked. And then if any is locked, we will unlock. Otherwise, we will lock. So let's just try to do something like this. So unlock. So it's a bit useless to put the translation because we don't see them. But I will try to get that fixed because otherwise it's just not very intuitive. We also need to change the icon. So let's just do something like this. Let's just check the lock icon. So lock. Oh, there is unlock. Okay, so let's try. Yeah, let's put unlock. Okay, and then if any is locked, I can do this in the loop. So let's just check. So what happens when we click lock or unlock? We need to go to the lock extension to know that. So Flarum lock. Is it called lock? Yes. Let's just take a look at the JavaScript. What happens when we call lock? Okay, so there is a new function called lock action. So this might be a bit annoying. You can see that it saves the lock state and then it calls stream.update. Problem for us is that if we call this for many discussions at once, this will call this function a lot of times. So that's not good. So we need to re-implement this. So let's do this. So we can even do it differently. So re-implement because otherwise the stream will be refreshed too many times. So yep, let's do it like this. Put this at the end. I could almost do this for every action because there might be a need to do it, but yeah, now let's just import this as well. So do I already have pages? Yes, here. Discussion page, perfect. Oh, but no, actually. We don't care about it. We don't actually care about it because we know we will never be on the discussion page. I thought it was the index page, but yeah, no, so that's fine. So we can just do this. This function calls for an update of the post stream on discussion page, but we don't need to worry about it because mass actions are only on home page. Yeah, this kind of ties to the question we mentioned last time, that what if you wanted to use the mass actions in the drawer here? Because it's a nightmare. But we don't want the mass actions to be available here, at least not for now, because okay, and then the type hint for this doesn't work either, because yeah, because it's another extension. So oh, wait, how do we put true or false? Okay, so we still need to re-implement it because yeah, we still need to re-implement it because you can see it basically inverts the current value, but we don't want to invert the current value. We want to force a special value. So is locked. So we need to, so, and this we can completely drop. Re-implement because otherwise no. So with this is not to force lock or unlock instead of toggling. Can we write it like this? Okay, so oh, there is also this, which is a bit annoying. So let's oh, how does it work with the other one? How does review draws? Unclick, hide action, hide action. Oh, there is no redraw here. Oh, but it's because it happens in unclick. Okay, so no, so that's good. That's all right. Where was the code? So why is this called? Yeah, there is no need to call redraw because oh no. So there is no, because it's a thing. Why is it not done in the other one? Because basically, so yeah, that's another problem here. So we call save, which is async, but we call save on multiple discussions. So I think we will need to rename for each. How can I do this? For each. Should I call this maybe for each promise? because what I want to do is return a promise. So I want to return promise.all. And then all will be a map. Here each will return a promise. This one will return a promise. Like this. Do I need this every time? Because yeah, here it will make sense. So I do for each promise, then I return the promise, and then here I can do a then and do m.redraw, because this will be needed in some situations. So not sure about this. Here I can actually not use void, but just any. Let's keep both of them for now. But yeah, this is actually needed. Otherwise it might not refresh correctly. Does this one return a promise as well? Hide action. Yes, they all return a promise. So something like this. Oh yeah, here we did that as well, but here we call redraw every single time, which is also not really good. So yeah, here we also need for each promise. Only when everything is finished, then we redraw. Return promise.resolve. Yeah, we need this actually to optimize the redraw. So because all of the save features are async, we need to wait for each of them to finish before redrawing. I mean, if you don't select many discussions, it's not a problem if we call redraw maybe 5, 10 times, but it's starting to get a bit dangerous with 10 times or more, because it might mess up some things. So yeah, so the lock button should be working now, does it? So okay, maybe just the disable thing we didn't do. So lock. Okay, so to lock discussions, we need to be able to, so attribute can lock. So something like this. We don't even need to check if the discussion is locked or not. We just want to know if there are any discussions in the list that we are allowed to lock or unlock. There is one more thing that I didn't do previously, is to check here in the loop if you can do for this one. So if you cannot lock a particular discussion, we'll just keep this one, and we need to do the same here for delete and restore. So if you selected some that you can and some that you cannot handle, just want to skip those. Yep, like this. So yep, so if you cannot hide or restore that particular discussion. Let's just keep it. Okay, next, let's see if it works. So let's lock, unlock, lock, unlock. Okay, that looks good. Let's select another one, lock, unlock. Yep, now let's just do just one. Select both of them, see what happens. So it will first unlock and then lock. And the icon should reflect that. So if we also, so let's look again. So if we select just this one, we can see unlock. Select this. It will first unlock, then lock. Maybe the opposite will make more sense. I'm not sure. Yeah. So maybe we should do the same for discussions now. For the delete and restore. Maybe we should just have a single button. It will be less confusing. So let's do it like this. So let's do the same thing. So any hidden so if any of the discussions are hidden, then we will first offer the restore function. Yeah, again, we could first offer the delete function, but it's safer if we put first the disable. That way it's a bit less dangerous. That icon is confusing, I think. The restore icon is confusing, but for now, let's just use the same icons as Flarum does. Yep, and here we can do the switch. So if any were hidden, we will do this one. Otherwise, we'll do this one. Oh yeah, oh, but it kind of solves the problem here, because we can just, yeah, it simplifies the check, because then we don't need to worry about whether anything is hidden or not. Yep. Yeah, that's good like this. And then I can delete this. Okay, I think this option is one of the least confusing. So now I can delete, restore, delete, restore. And if you select two, first it will restore, then it will delete both of them. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, we could do something for follow as well, but let's not worry about that one yet. Let's do the most useful one. So I think lock and delete are some of the most useful mass actions that you might have on the forum. Tags is another, but it's not as easy to do. How long do we have? What is that number? Why does it say 2 hours and 30 minutes? No, we have been 1 hour. Yeah, we have done 1 hour and a half. We still have time. So let's try to do tags, because tags is kind of another very useful one. You might want to add a tag to multiple discussions at once. Here we have a few options as well. So because we could open something to set the tags on all discussions. Like we could open this and apply the value to all discussions that you selected. But I think a common use case is just to add a tag or remove a tag. So I think we should have a shortcut just to add a single tag to a list of discussions. because this will be even more flexible, because then you don't need to have all the discussions with the exact same set of tags. So I think we will try that, to have a list like add a tag, and then we can add that tag to each discussions without changing the list of existing tags. Yep. I see Burak in the chat. Yeah, I have seen your message in the other platform. I will try to reply there, I think, because yeah, question about quiz. There is the extension to turn FOF polls into quiz, and there is also my formulaire extension that might be useful, but it depends on the exact use case. For now, I will continue the selector. So for tags, we'll use a drop down, I think. And where can I put this? So let's just add it here, I guess. So items dot add mass tags select dot component. So no, not select. So it will be a drop down. I think we need to import this. Let's just import this here. We can delete some of the other imports. So drop down. Next, I never know how to format those, so I'm not sure if I need to put anything here. Then I can put a list here. So don't remember if it has to be an item list or not. Let's just try to put something. So let's just put a button. Let's just do something like this. Let's see how it works. So okay, now I have a drop down and I have my test button. Okay, so button class. I think I need something like this. No. So let's just go to the definition, drop down.js. Maybe I will put a bit more light so you can still kind of see me. Okay, it's called button class name. Okay, so it's like this button class name. Try this again. Okay, great. Then we have a button. How do we check? Okay, it's called label. Guess it's label. For now, I just hard code the text just to see if it works. Okay, tags, perfect. Now let's make the list with actual tags. So to do that, let's use, let's go to the tags extension just to see the code it uses. So JS, src, forum, add tag list. I think that's the one I want. So here we get all the tags. There is a method to sort the tags. Yeah, because it only shows primary tags here. Okay, so for now, let's just not sort the tags or anything. Let's just put them in a random order. Let's just have this, so tags.map tag, and then we can put a button for each tag. Next we can have tag dot, I think it's title. Like this. just see if it works. Select something. Oh, no, we have an error. Tag.title is not a function. So is it name? Okay, so we see the tag names. One of the problems is that not all tags might be loaded here, but yeah, it's just, for now, it's just a test. So yeah, let's just call this one add tag. So what features can we put here? So get the tag, so then we need to do the loop, just like with the other features. So with a promise, then we need to save a relationship. This is where it comes a bit more complicated. So let's check the permission. So add tag control. So there is a function can tag. So attribute can tag. Can put the same thing here, can tag. I'm not sure if that one will work on a drop down. I'm not sure if we can put as disabled, but we'll try. Now, so we need to change the relationship. Let's just take a look at the modal. So tag discussion modal. So where is the save code? So relationships, tags. Yeah, we need something like this. Return discussion, save. Then we have tags. Tags is probably an array of tag models. Okay, so what we can do is something like this. So const tags equals discussion dot tags. I think I can do it like this. Default to an empty array. Then we will try to add, we will do tags dot push current tag, this. And then I think that's it. We can do it like this. Now we just don't want to make any request if the tag already exists in there. So if tags dot index of, I think I need something else. I need some. So if this tag dot id equals tag dot id, then we'll just return early. So if discussion already has this tag, skip. Yep, let's try this. So let's add a few secondary tags for the tests. So secondary 1, secondary 2, secondary 3. Try this. Okay, let's see. So if I select this, add tag secondary 1. Okay, so it looks good. Nice, nice. So it's even easier than I expected. So now if I add the tag 1 again, let's see. Okay, so there was a single request. But if I add the secondary tag 2, now there were 2 more requests. Nice. Okay, now it's just a bit annoying that we cannot remove them. We almost need the control to remove them, because if you use the feature and then you want to cancel that, I'm not sure what to do. What I want to do is the other thing that I said, to remove all of them. So that way maybe I can just have add one, and then you can remove all of them at once if you want. So I'm not sure how to make the UI for this. But basically, let's just do one button for now. So where was the button here? Yep, so let's just put a button at the top of the list. Unclick. Something like this. Edit all. And then here I can do app.modal.show. And here I need to access Flarum.extensions. How does it work? Flarum.core.compat tags forum. How is it called? Tag discussion modals. I think it's like this. Let's just check if this works in the console, just to import. So this code should be able to import the modal. Yes, it seems to work. Okay, so I can do it like this. App.modal.show. Open this. Discussion. And now the question is which discussion. So can do... So here there is something we will need to do. For now I will just do it like this. Select.ids. So for now I will just open the modal for the first discussion. Let's see how this goes. So if I click edit all, it opens the tag edit. Now the problem is, what do we do with this modal if we select two different discussions that don't have the same tags? And more importantly, even, is how do we save it? So for this I had an idea that we will implement now. It's to make a proxy model. So I will put this under forum, I think, or maybe I can put it in utils. Let's put it in utils. So let's create a new class. It will be mass proxy model. Let's call it something like this. And the idea of this class is to act like a model, except it's a list of model. So here's my idea. So when you open the edit tags modal, you need to pass a discussion. This has to be, this is supposed to be an instance of the discussion model, but actually I don't think there is any check. It can be any class. What will happen is that on that class, so we can see the code here. What does this modal do with the things we give it? So you can see here we have, for example, this.attributes.discussion, and we have this function which is called. So you can even go take a look what this function does. It takes a discussion, then it calls a function on the discussion to get the tags relationship. What else do we have here? Here we check if there is a discussion, because we can also open this without a discussion. So yeah, we could also open this without a discussion at all, and then do the logic behind the scenes. But I want to actually use it like if it had a discussion, because we can use this for the author change later. And the other important part is that it will call discussion.save. So basically, if we have a proxy class that just re-implements save differently, but everything else in a similar way to a real model, we can pass this in place of the model. So this is my ID. So you have a constructor, then you have an array of models. So just want to import model here. Let's do it like this. So import model. So when we create this fake model, we will pass an array of models. Then we will save this in the class like this, models, model like this. Okay, so we have this, and then when we save, we will actually not call the normal save. We will just call this.models.forEach. Actually map, so then we can do model, then we can do model.save like this, and here we can do return promise.all. So yep, now let's just take a look at the model just to see the typings. So save can also take options, so let's just do it like this. Yep, just go take a look at the source code. So save, no, it's not this, model.ts maybe, yep, it's here. So where is the save function? Okay, it's here. So save attributes and options. Just do it like this. So this is all the logic I want to really change. And then there's just one last thing. It's the proxy part. So I never know how we do it exactly. I will just go and do a quick search. So JavaScript proxy functions. So I never know how it works. So not sure if it is this that I want. It's JavaScript so I think because there is this feature that might be necessary. How can I do this? No, it's not even this one, because we need to have access to the name. No, it's not. It's not this. How does it work? Because I have never actually used. No, it's not this. So maybe it is a proxy that I will need here. I think I will need this. Get. Okay, I think I will need this actually. So, but I don't want to override a getter. I want to override a function. So get ending constructor. Is it only for static objects? Oh, can I use get to return? Oh, okay. Maybe I can return a function out of get. Okay, so I guess I might need that actually. So this needs to be a function then. Proxy. Let's call this maybe proxy models. Export default function proxy models. Next, I will take the models as a parameter. And so I will have then I can return new proxy, and here I can have models 0 get, and this will be target prop receiver. Just copy paste this for now. So if prop equals save, how do we access? Oh, no, we need to return a function. So then we will return a function for this. Okay, I think something like this might work. Okay. Let's try this. Maybe this can pass parameters like this. So let's use this new function now to do. But we need the list of models. We need a new function on the state here. Let's just have a function for all. Return map ID. Yeah, we still need this function for this, so let's just do it. So now I can do proxy models, and here I can call select.all. And now let's see how it goes. Let's go back to the page. Okay, so let's select the first two things here. Then edit all. Okay, so we can see it selected the same tags. It shows the same tags as the first discussion. But now let's see what happens when we change the tags. Let's put secondary tree. So now we have second primary and secondary tree. Now it should apply this exact set of tags to the two discussions. So let's click OK. See if we have two requests. Yes. Great, there is just a problem with retros, but I think it worked. Oh no, it didn't save. What happened? It changed the tags of the first one? So it edited two of them, but oh, the second discussion didn't get anything. Huh. Okay, so maybe I need to clone the parameters to get this to work, but yeah, that might be a problem. Do I need to clone some stuff? So model.save. What happens if I just clone? If I clone both objects, does it work better? So let's put secondary one. Oh, this might have done the trick. Yep, it seems to have worked. So now if I wanted to change all of them, I can just, okay, let's drop, let's go back to general. Oh, now, nice. So I think it's working. Yep. Let's add some translations for that, and then I think we will call this the end. Yep. Let's go back to the code. Let's fix the translations. So, oh, there is still something missing. Is that everyone sees the control, so we need to add edit tags. Can close this. Can close this. So right now, my regular user here, they see this as well, but they might not be allowed to do it. Oh, there's just nothing happening. Or maybe that's just because they are not allowed. Oh yeah, maybe it's supposed to be disabled, but it's just not working either. So yeah, we need to hide this from the user because they are not allowed to change tags, but not sure how the permission works. So allow tag. It's a bit more complicated, so I will do that off stream. Let's just fix a translation. So edit all, here we want this to be a translation. So and we also add tags. So actions, so tags. How can I call this? Tags. Actions, so tags. Edit. And maybe we can do this here. Tags. Add. Maybe I can do it like this. And then I can pass this parameter. And next I can update the translation. So actually we have not put any of the translations. So we need hide, restore. Then we had lock, unlock. And now we have tags edit. Not sure how to call it, and then tags add tag. Maybe I can do it like this. Let's refresh. Okay, I think that will be good enough for now. I will do a bit more cleaning, I think, off stream, and then I will publish a first version of this extension so people can start using it. Yep. Sounds good. Yep. Is there something else to check here? Yeah, the imports are a bit of a mess, but components, utils, helpers, checkbox. Yep. Yep. I think that's good. I will do a commit for this. Maybe we can also check that the labels are actually working. Just to go here and check. So here it says delete. It says restore. It says lock, unlock. Just looking at the content, and yeah, here. Yep. Okay, so I think that will be all for today's. There is no one live, so I will not ask if there are any more questions. Yeah, I will try to publish this soon. Oh yeah, I still need to compile JavaScript, so yeah, I will just validate this for now. Yeah, first actions, read, lock, hide, lock tags. Yep. So I will push this to GitHub very soon. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this this thing. Let me know if you have any ideas for other extensions to make. I don't know why I was confused. For some reason I thought we were approaching April already, because we will do another April Fool's extension. Not sure yet if I will do it on stream or what. We will see. But yeah, we have more than a month to do that, so that's still in a while. So if you have other ideas, maybe we will do some other core pull requests we will see. Yep, let's just switch back here. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this stream. I will try to continue to do them every Sunday if I can. And yeah, if you want to support those videos, you can head over to the GitHub sponsors or Patreon. And I will see you next time. Yep, bye.